Hey there! Science fans, ever wondered what makes you you? Or what makes a banana a banana? It all boils down to tiny things called atoms. Atoms are the basic building blocks of everything around us. They're so small you can't even see them with a regular microscope. Think of an atom like a solar system. In the center is the nucleus, which is like our sun. The nucleus has two types of particles, protons and neutrons. Protons have a positive charge and neutrons have no charge. They're buddies, hanging out together. Whizzing around the nucleus are electrons. They have a negative charge. These little guys are always on the move, zipping around in shells, kind of like planets orbiting the sun. The outermost shell is important because it determines how an atom interacts with other atoms. Now, these atoms don't just exist in isolation. They love to get together and form, well, everything. More on that later. Keep those atoms in mind because they're the key to understanding, well, everything. Please like, share, and subscribe for more amazing science content. So, we've got all these different types of atoms, right? Well, scientists have organized them all into a handy chart called the periodic table. Think of it as the ultimate atom catalog. The periodic table is arranged by atomic number, which is the number of protons in an atom's nucleus. Each element gets its own little square on the table with its name, symbol, and atomic number. But here's the cool part. The periodic table isn't just a random arrangement. Elements in the same column, called a group, have similar properties. For example, the alkali metals in group 1 are all super reactive. As you move across a row, called a period, the properties of the elements change gradually. The periodic table is like a cheat sheet for understanding how atoms behave. It's a chemist's best friend. Atoms are social butterflies. They love to link up and form bonds, creating new substances with unique properties. Think of it like atoms holding hands. One way they bond is through covalent bonds. In this type of bond, atoms share electrons. It's like sharing your toys with a friend. Sometimes the sharing is equal, and sometimes one atom hogs the electrons more than the other. Another way atoms bond is through ionic bonds. This happens when one atom gives an electron to another atom. It's like giving a gift. The atom that loses an electron becomes positively charged, and the atom that gains an electron becomes negatively charged. Opposites attract, so they stick together. These bonds are what hold molecules together. Molecules are two or more atoms that are chemically bonded. Water, for example, is a molecule made of two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. See, atoms are everywhere. Atoms are always on the move, breaking apart and forming new bonds. This constant shuffling is what we call chemical reactions. It's like a big dance party in the world of atoms. Some reactions release energy, and we call these exothermic reactions. Think of a bonfire giving off heat. Other reactions need energy to happen, and we call these endothermic reactions. Think of baking a cake. You need to add heat to make it happen. Chemical reactions are governed by something called stoichiometry, which is a fancy word for balancing the equation. It's like making sure you have the right number of ingredients in a recipe. Chemical reactions are happening all around us all the time. They're the reason we can breathe, digest food, and even think. So next time you see something changing, remember the tiny atoms that are hard at work.